There is so much more to do here in Pensacola that goes beyond the beach. You have an opportunity to visit historic Pensacola Village. This was America's very first settlement. But you know what? I'm not dressed appropriately for a place like this. So how about this? This is much better. Come join me and let's take a walk back in time. Right here in downtown Pensacola are 9 acres of historic buildings that have been preserved for this property. To tell us the rich history behind Pensacola, this is Rob Overton to tell us more. I really do feel like I've literally gone back in time.
You look like it too. Welcome to Pensacola.
Thank you so much. Tell us all about this village.
So we operate, like I said, 30 properties downtown Pensacola, historic properties downtown Pensacola, to talk about Pensacola's rich history that we have, dating back 1559 with Tristan de Luna, America's first settlement. Before St. Augustine, before Jamestown, there was Pensacola, the first European settlement in North America. Our history from there moves forward into where we are now, going through many important things that happened. We were part of an American Revolutionary War battle, up into becoming the place where Florida became part of the United States. So a lot happened here, and our historic museums downtown, we talk about that story. Historic Pensacola Village has a collection of historic buildings that from 1805 up until the early 1900s, where we show you what life was like in colonial times, much like you were dressed in early American times. We also talk about our industry that was here. We've got our Museum of Industry where we talk about the sawmilling and the brick making that was here. Visitors come in and get to really experience what made Pensacola
Let's talk
happen.
a little bit more about those experiences, because I think that's really important. You obviously get to learn about the history, but this also gives you an opportunity to have a hands-on experience, beginning with a kitchen that has been replicated to really resemble what that would look like back in the day.
We give you the opportunity for, like you said, for people to step back in time. Really, our guides are in costume, much like yours. You go into our kitchen, not only you get to see the food, you get to maybe taste the food and the smells that they have. And we have wonderful volunteers that do the cooking using ingredients and recipes that would have been of the time. We also, as you walk around our historic village, we have gardens where we're growing plants that were available at the time. They use those to cook with. We do other activities, there's some candle making that they're doing with some students here, with some kids here. You can come in and experience that. You get to see weaving and looming and just any type of various activities that we do daily down here that take you back into time, that you not only get to just learn about the history, but you get to see it being done and sometimes even participate.
You also have a museum that is rich in history.
So our Pensacola Museum of History got 3 floors of exhibits that talk about Pensacola, starting with Luna all the way to modern times. We have exhibits. We're working on an exhibit now on America's 250th and Pensacola's involvement in the 200 in the American Revolution.
You're the OG. I mean, we're celebrating
We are.
America's 250, but the reality is Pensacola predates that.
It does. And in that museum, you can walk into that museum and see what really helped us realize our history was the anchor from Tristan de Luna's ship. We had 11 ships that came in 1559. They sank in a hurricane. We found that anchor. You found the artifacts from there. You can go in and see that the existence of America's first settlement here. And then we have exhibits on our 2nd floor. We even talk about more contemporary things. We have an exhibit on a bar. It was a very famous bar here in Pensacola, Trader John's. It was the naval hangout. We've had famous people came. Bob Hope came to Trader John's. Elizabeth Taylor was in there. Brooke Shields at different times. So it's much beloved, but a lot of people have fond memories of that.
And this is a wonderful place to bring the entire family. You can certainly have your fun on the beach, really experience that aspect of Pensacola, but to know that Pensacola holds such rich history, what a wonderful opportunity to introduce that to your family and to your children, so that that history can continue to live on.
And a great environment to do it in. You've got the wonderful weather that we have around. We're right on the bay down here. We're in one of the probably most historical places in the United States, and you get to walk around and intersperse with these historic buildings that we have. We have local restaurants. We have a great food culture here in Pensacola that you get to walk around. You're within steps of that. And so I think it's just a perfect combination of all those. We've got those 30 properties at about 9 acres together, but we're in the heart of a historic downtown that's a very vibrant culture downtown.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to walk back in time. It's been a lot of fun.
You're welcome.